What is the most satisfying way a prank has backfired on the prankster? I absolutely love people who pay with pennies. Seriously. 4 years ago, I was cashiering at a Walmart on a register that holds all the smokes and alcohol. It's 10 p.m. and these two men in their early 20s come up to the counter. They had 3 very random items which struck me as it was strange and unusual to get odd items this late at night. Maybe it was for some fraternity, I don't know. It's a college town, so I get weird stuff from frats a lot. I scan the items and tell them their total is $22.20. Grinning at each other, they reach into their jackets and slam down 2 massive Ziploc bags, full of only pennies. I stared them in the eye, but they didn't even look back at me. Everyone else in line groaned and went to other registers. These 2 kids knew what they were doing, but they didn't know what they were in for because I prepared for this. I knew this was going to inevitably happen. I grinned with them, because I was going to get paid during this. These pranksters are here for recreation. I asked, is this $22.20? No response. Did you at least count it? The more talkative one of the 2 just responds with nope. I ask, are you going to? Nope. Is it at least $22.20? I don't know. Nice. My coworker chips in, saying, hey. You guys can use the self-checkout. It can take all of your coins at once. The man just replies with nope, don't trust them, lady, it doesn't count all your change right. My coworker kept trying to convince him but to no avail. I eventually just told her I got this. I unpacked the Ziplocs and threw all the pennies on the counter. It was a beautiful, massive storm of a mess. I dug straight into it. The 2 men, still averting my gaze, start chuckling as if they were taking away my dignity. They whisper to each other, dude, oh my god. Dude, yeah. Dude, hilarious. I counted each penny, one by one. My coworker comes up to me. Guess I'll help you count this. We worked up a system where we counted 10, put them in a pile, and then with 10 stacks of 10 pennies we separated them, making $1 piles. We made progress slowly but surely. Some customers came to the line, but we advised them to get to another line. Some of them looked at us confused, but when they saw the counter full of pennies they understood. Some decided to wait, but when they realized it wasn't going to take just a few minutes they took their leave. Another register in the liquor department opened, so it wasn't too bad for other customers. We get to about $12 after about 10 minutes, until I accidentally knocked over the piles. Oops. Sorry, I said to the 2 men. My coworker looks at my grin. I give her a wink and tilt my head, motioning her to leave. You know what, I think I better let you do this. She says as she's leaving. I look at the 2 guys. They are absolutely stunned at the fallen piles of pennies. Yeah, I'm going to have to count all of this again. I started from 0. I counted slower than ever and made my way back up. The duo is entirely silent. I get to about $7 when suddenly I say, Drats. I lost count. I better start all over again. Really, why? One of them mustered up the courage to say, I lost count, sir. I could be in trouble if my register doesn't have the right amount of cash, and I don't want to rip you off. They were silent. It's about an hour later. My manager walks past and looks at me. I smile at him, and he looks at the counter. He walks away without a word. I eventually counted all the change and surprisingly they had only $19. I think that this is $19. The duo has been dead silent. They look done for the night. Without a word, the ringleader whips out a $5 bill. I say, seriously? You had cash? I needed to get rid of my change. He replies with a grin. Okay. I say, no problem. I'll just recount this again. I want to make sure that this is $19 since I counted $18 the first time. Are you kidding me? I shake my head no, completely serious. He takes out a $20 bill straight out of his pocket and throws it at me. My coworker gives me the biggest what the F face. Internally, I die as well, because they were smart enough to have a backup plan. And the fact that he was touching his cash in his pocket the entire time kinda messed with me. I took the cash, did the transaction, gave him his change, thanked him, and wished him a good night. The 2 started to put their pennies back in the Ziploc bags and I didn't help them at all. I watched them just as they watched me. Lots of pennies dropped to the floor, but they didn't care to pick them up. It looked like their souls were sucked out of them. It was past midnight and I clocked out way past when I was supposed to. A lot of my coworkers gave me a thumbs up or told me good night. Even my manager told me good job, the only 2 words he ever said to me. Went to bed at the dorms after such a great petty penny night and crashed. Strange to say, but I'd love to count pennies again.